Dolly Roma, and yes, I am back with a video. Finally, I can sit down and record, and you guys want to know why? Because I graduated college last Thursday. Yay! I'm so excited. As you guys know, I am going off to LIM in August. So this video is going to be a little different. I'm just going to talk about my community college experience as a whole. For you guys who did not know, I was not attending a 4-year school. I was attending a 2-year community college. It just took me a while to graduate because, for the simple fact, I had to have it where I could work and be in school at the same time. So it took me 3.5 years, I think so, more than the normal 2. But you know, whatever. Like, some people just can't work and not get these coins. Like, I have to work. Like, no, this is crazy. So anyway, I'm just going to talk about like my experience from freshman year all the way to senior year, and that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this, so stay tuned if you really want to get the scoop on like what. So anywho, I get a lot of questions on why I went to community college instead of going to a 4-year school. Make a long story short, I actually started YouTube my senior year of high school. The reason why I ended up choosing to go to a community college is because actually I wanted to go to FIT so bad. Like, I wanted to be a fashion designer so bad in senior year, but things didn't work out. So make a long story short, I didn't know what I really wanted to do when I got to senior year. I actually enjoy accounting. I know that is weird. I don't look like the type of person who likes accounting, but for the most part, I actually really like accounting. Like, is that so weird? Like, so I was thinking about being a CPA, but then again, like, fashion hasn't been a part of me all my life. Like, I freaking love fashion. I literally eat, sleep, and breathe fashion. Like that's the best way to spark a conversation up with me about hair, makeup, or fashion. Like, that's the most time you're gonna get a conversation out of me. So I freaking love fashion. There was no way I could not go into fashion. So as senior year went on, I took a bunch of electives. I did a bunch of art classes because at the time I did love creating stuff. I did art, I did accounting, I took a business class. My senior year was basically electives because I only had to take like 2 classes really to graduate, like, that I really needed. Gym, of course, which I don't even know how I passed school because I hated gym. I would never participate in gym. Like, gym was stupid to me, so that's that. But yeah, so I just took like a bunch of elective seniors to try to like figure out. And then like my junior year, when I was at my school that I actually graduated from, I took a fashion drawing class, and I freaking loved that class. Like, oh my god, like, I freaking missed that class, and I missed that teacher, and she was the bomb. And that's what really kind of helped me determine that I actually wanted to do fashion design. So senior year, I actually went back to that teacher, and she helped me prepare like a couple portfolio drawings for FIT. I went to FIT portfolio review with my friend Onika. I don't think Onika's ever been like in a YouTube video or anything with me, but shout out to you, girl, because I know she watched my YouTube videos. So yeah, so me and Onika drove to New York with her parents for a portfolio review. We got there pretty early. And basically the portfolio review for FIT is you bring in your drawings, you have to make up like a collection idea, whatever. I don't know if it's the same now, but and you do your drawings, you show them your drawings and explain to them the concept, blah blah blah, and you're actually being interviewed by professors that are a part of the college. So you have to like be on your best kind of like behavior, or like show your best self. And honestly, I feel like when I went to FIT, I wasn't myself. Like, I wore all black. I had orange hair at the time. Did I have orange hair? I think I did have my orange hair. I don't actually remember, or maybe I had brown hair. I don't know. But I feel like I wasn't myself the first time I went to FIT anyway. And my drawings weren't that great. they really want students who have had prior experience. So maybe if you were in a school, a high school that was technical based, and you already went through the whole thing, like you know what it is, like the fashion industry is, that's what they're looking for. FIT is the hardest fashion school to get into, and I didn't get in. And when I didn't get in, it broke my heart because I hadn't applied. I had applied for other schools, but I never paid like the application fees. I really wanted to go to FIT. I was determined that I was going to get into FIT, and that was not the case. I did not get into FIT. It broke my heart, and I did not know what to do. So at the end of senior year, of course, we had guidance counselors. You go in and speak with your guidance counselor. They try to help you figure out what you want to do. And my guidance counselor knew, like, girl, like, she knew I love fashion. Like, every time I came in her office, I had a different hairstyle, different outfit. She know, like, even on senior awards night, she talked about, like, how many colors I had in my hair, like, how I changed over the course of the years with her knowing me. So anywho, yeah, so she was like, oh well, the community college, they had just opened a fashion department and you should check it out. So I was like, I don't want to go to nobody's community college. Like, I want to go to a 4-year school. Like, no, I want to move to New York. Like, no, I don't want to do that. So I basically waited around kind of all summer, and then I made the decision that I was going to apply to community college, and I just went and did it. I applied for the fashion and apparel design program, and that's what I was sticking to. I got to actually meet my advisor, Allegra, which I freaking love to this day. I don't think I could have got done in school without Allegra. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I freaking love her. Thank God for Allegra. So I met Allegra. Me and my friend Falange, we went to the orientation for the community college, and we started off, and everything was fine. And when I scheduled for my classes, they were trying to put me in all like basic classes. I was like, no, I want to be in my major. Like, I want to at least take one fashion course this semester so I can get a feel, so that I know that this is exactly what I want to do. And that was that. So I basically had I believe 2 English classes my first semester, a basic drawing class, and computerized fashion drawing, which is like the CAD program that you're supposed to learn anyway for fashion design. So I did that, and I actually enjoyed it. I hated my basic drawing class because it was on a Friday. It was for 4 hours, and at the time I had a job at the mall, and I needed to like be there because the weekend is like the busiest time. So I would miss work a lot on Fridays, which I hated. And my English classes were easy. Like, English is nothing to me. Like, I could type a paper like this. I'm very smart. I know how to read very well. Like, I've always been on a higher reading level than what I'm supposed to be. And I got through those classes fairly easy. I did have like some personal things go on, like with family members during my first semester of college. But you know, sometimes you can't trust family just as much as you can't trust friends. So I learned that very easily and during my first semester of college, and that has made me into a better person today. So then my second semester, I believe I was taking another English class, and I took about maybe, I want to say 3 of my, no, maybe not even 3. I took my English class. I believe I had another fashion class. I think this was my fashion drawing class I was taking, and I had either 2 more classes or 1 more classes. So can't really remember exactly what those were, but my English class was fairly simple. I had a teacher who never came really because she was sickly. She was an older lady, and everything in that class was pretty easy. I was taking my fashion drawing class again, and I really started to come into like learning how to sketch, and I actually enjoyed it. I forget if I was taking another fashion class, but I started taking like a lot of classes for my major, so I really started to enjoy it. So sophomore year, um, I was happy. I was taking more fashion classes and um, drawing classes and things like that, things that I didn't really care about. But I took a portfolio class, and then I believe, no, I'm about to lie. Portfolio is like where they helped, we basically did like a collection without actually designing a collection. We did sketches, we did mood boards, we did inspiration walls, and that really like inspired me, and I really loved that class. Like, and then that around the same time, from freshman semester to and spring semester of my freshman year and the fall semester of my sophomore year, that's when we had the fashion club. So that was something I really wanted to do. I was really excited about doing, and it was very fun. So I wasn't president at the time, somebody else was in charge. So then there were two other ladies in charge, and then I got through sophomore semester. Then I went to my second semester, and that's when I did the fashion show. So I did an internship. I basically did the whole fashion show by myself. I put the whole thing together. I had very little help, and the little help I did basically came from fashion club members and a couple of the faculty members. It was kind of hard because administration didn't come in and help until the end. And my coordinator Allegra, she was pregnant, so she had to go out on maternity leave, and it was just all crazy because I wasn't used to her not being there. I forget what classes I was taking at this time. I remember, oh no, I was taking her classes. I was taking Fashion Global Marketplace, which is the class that you basically learn about the industry. I was taking History of Costume Design. I forget what other. I think I was taking those two classes, or a third class or something like that. I believe I was just taking those two in the internship, and that was pretty much fun. I got to learn a lot of stuff about like the different eras of fashion, and you guys know I love vintage, so I really started learning about like where like most of the vintage stuff came from, and it was very fun. And then like I started learning more of the business side. So at this point I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to be a designer anymore, because there's so many different careers in fashion that you don't have to necessarily be a designer to be in fashion. Like I started learning there was fashion law, there was buying, there was styling, there was so much. And actually in my I think no, I was taking global marketplace, fashion merchandising, and the costume of history of costume design. So in fashion merchandising, I was learning that basically you don't have to like be a designer just to be in fashion. Like there were so many different fashion careers. Or no, maybe I took fashion global marketplace a different semester, and I think this semester, I think I took it in the fall semester along with my portfolio class. That's what it was, because it was at night. So I remember getting out late. And yeah, the fashion merchandising class, our last project, we basically had to pick a fashion career, do research on it, try to interview somebody in the industry, and that kind of stuff. So I picked on being a stylist, and I interviewed my cousin Quay, which you guys have seen in plenty of my vlogs. Yes, Quay is a stylist. He's a designer. He's fucking, excuse me, I had to curse, but like he's everything. Like he's everything. Like he truly inspires me to be like one of the best people I can be in life. So I interviewed him, and then that's when I really decided like maybe styling more so is for me. Like I'm not into designing as much as I was. All my life I used to draw. Like I hated drawing at this point. I I wasn't with it. I took textiles. I hated textiles. Like, I don't know, like I began to like find myself over the years, and then like that's when I decided, like I believe sophomore year going into junior year is when I decided to like create my blog. um I got more so into thrifting like senior year, and then like as the years went on I kind of like picked it up more, and like I love vintage stuff and I love mixing vintage with modern, so I got into like my blog, and like I really decided like maybe styling is more so for me. So then my junior year, the first semester I was taking an English class, I was taking my first sewing class, and I believe if I wasn't taking those classes, and I had a gym class. I had to drop the gym class because there were two parts to the gym class, and I was only taking the lecture part, not knowing I wasn't taking the actual other part to the gym. So I would just show up and everybody coming in gym clothes, and I'm just like, but I thought this class was just a lecture class, so I don't know. So I was taking my English, my first sewing class, and I forget what else. I forget, guys. You gotta forgive me. And like I said, I was taking textiles at some point in this, and when I started taking textiles and sewing, I realized I really hate fashion design. Like, oh my god, like I commend anybody who can get through a textiles class, because like learning about different fabrics, it wasn't so bad, but like I don't remember any of it now. Like I really don't. It's like so hard, and then you're supposed to know that stuff going into a sewing class, and I absolutely hated sewing. Like I'm just convinced that the machine didn't like me. Like my machine would never work. I just would fall asleep in class and leave class early. I was so impatient. I didn't want to learn sewing. I was over it. Like I was so over it. Like we had like a bag project. It took me forever to do the bag. Like everything we had, like I just would fail. Like I hated it. So like I said, my teacher, she had just came back from maternity leave, and like there was a bunch of chaos going on with the administration, and like she ended up leaving and not coming back for a while. And like as she left, it kind of like hurt the program. Like the program started going down, and like that's kind of where like I was just like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like I'm not happy. I'm very sad. I just like come to school every day basically to get things done. Like I don't care anymore. And like I started having a bad attitude about school, and I just was like, I just want to get it done over with. And I failed my sewing class, of course. So in spring I had to take my sewing again, and I don't know what the heck. Besides sewing, I can't remember exactly what classes I was taking, but sewing went a lot better this time. I actually completed my garment. And I believe, where was I taking? I don't remember if I was taking drawing class. Like I don't remember what I was taking. Like I had to take so many damn unnecessary. I was taking gym again. I had to take so many unnecessary ass classes that I forgot what I was taking. And so gym went fine. Sewing went way better than the first time around. I gained more patience, and I learned that I cannot be a perfectionist. Like I'm a Taurus, so like that's a part of like us. We just want to be perfect all the time. You just want to be perfect, and you can't be perfect when it comes down to sewing. Like sewing is just annoying as hell. Like, so that was that. And here it is, senior year. So my fall semester I took life drawing, I was taking math, and I also was taking, they didn't run the sewing class, and that was a big problem because like now it started to affect my graduation. So I had to pick up another class, and I was taking business online. Oh my god, I really hated business. Like I just wanted to take something for LIM, that's it. Like, but I really freaking hated that class. Like I don't understand how people even take that class. Like I just pray for everyone who took top of the class being extra hard, the teacher was a bitch. Like, she was a bitch. I just didn't understand. And then when I went to go take the business test, and I didn't have a book on top of that because I just felt no reason to buy a book because there was no reason for me to have a book. The shit that we were learning wasn't even on the test. Like, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, are you kidding me? So, like, I was just like, I'm freaking over this. So, basically, at the end of fall semester, I did good in my math class. I passed my math final. What else class was I taking? My life drawing class. I actually enjoyed that class. Like, I never thought I would enjoy drawing naked people, but you know, it was really fun. I met a couple cool people in that class. And what else? Oh, I didn't even tell you guys about my 3D design, my 2D design. Yeah, I'll talk about her. But yeah, like, I forget what else class was I taking. I forgot. I just said it. Oh, the business class. I freaking hated that class. I didn't care if I passed or not. I just wanted it to be over because it was torture. So I did pretty good in those classes, and here we are, spring semester. So basically, we had to kind of like petition to have our sewing class, which didn't make any fucking sense at all, because for the simple fact they knew that we had to graduate, and I felt like at this point with the administration, like, I just was fed up. I didn't care anymore. Like, I didn't want to deal with them. I barely would go speak to them. When I seen them, I didn't want to speak to them. I didn't care because, like, the school is kind of big, but it's kind of small at the same time, and the fashion program is not that big, so you know everybody that you need to know. And I was just over their bullshit pretty much. Like, I did not want nothing to do with them. So basically, we had to petition to get our sewing class, and I was like, we have to get this sewing class because I have to graduate. And I had already visited LIM at this point. I made up my mind that that's where I wanted to go. I wasn't filling out any more applications. I didn't care. And if I did, they would have to be school with rolling admissions. So that was that. And so basically, we petitioned to get our sewing class. We got it, which was fine. So I took my second math class, and I also was taking three-dimensional design. Now, sewing was not as bad. Like I said, I got more patient last spring with sewing, so that was that. It was pretty easy. I was happy to be getting that done and over with because I hated the damn sewing machine. And like I said, I was over being a fashion design major in a whole, like, I didn't switch my major to merchandising because there was no point in it. I would have to take a bunch of business classes, and that would have helped me up from getting my degree. And math was pretty simple in the beginning, but then when we got to those damn polynomials and binomials, oh my god, fractions, I hate all that shit. I really hate math. Like, I hate math, but I don't understand how. I love accounting because I guess it has to do with money, but math, like fractions and all that, like, I literally cannot stand it. Like, I do not understand it. It aggravates me. Like, I don't have the patience for it, so I just don't bother. So, like, a lot of the time I would just find like calculators that would give me the answers. I'm not gonna lie, because I really hate math. Like, and it confuses me when you start putting letters with numbers and all that extra shit. Like, I can't, like, I really can't do it. So that was that. And like, I didn't do good in my math class. I failed my final, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I didn't care because I hate math. Like, and that shit right there was confusing. Like, I got through the first part of the math class. It was simple, it was easy. But the second part, like, hell no. Like, hell no. No. No, no, no. Like, there was no, I knew I was gonna fail, like, without the calculators. I knew it. But whatever. So I made one garment in my fashion, like my sewing class, that was my overalls. I'll insert a picture if you guys haven't seen it on my Instagram or my Facebook or my Snapchat, which you guys need to make sure you follow, and it's all below, so make sure you follow that. In my 3D design class, I just felt like that class was stupid. So damn stupid. Like, it was unnecessary. Like, I I didn't get a point of why I needed to take that class. So yeah, that was that. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen my grades yet because of course I owe my school money, and of course they won't get it yet, but I have to pay them to get my final transcript. So make a long story short, I graduated last Thursday. I did get to graduate. I walked in the ceremony, but at the same time I still haven't gotten a degree from my community college simply because of course they held me back from getting my degree for so long. And then on top of that, because I have one class that I have to take at that school, but can't take it this summer because it's running at a time that there's no way that I would physically be able to take it. I live so not far, like I live like 45 minutes away from the actual location of the school, so there's no way for me to take it, and I don't have family members that live in the area anymore, so there was no way I could take it and then come home or be able to stay. Like, there's no way for me to be able to take that class. So it is what it is. But basically, I'm happy to be done with community college. It was a bunch of trials and tribulations. For the most part, I actually did have a lot of teachers that I did like. The only bitch that I couldn't stand was my 3D design teacher. I hated her guts, and I'm pretty sure she hated mine. Not my 3D design, my 2D design. Oh my god, my 3D design teacher was really nice. I couldn't stand her. I felt like she was a racist, and I felt like she was most ignorant. That's not even a word. The most ignorant person I ever met in my life. Like, the first day of her class, she had the nerve to say to us, "I don't care if you have to go to a funeral. If you have to miss this class, that's not my problem." And the part that pissed me off about the whole situation is because I had a cousin, my cousin Sadiq. He had just died. He was in a really bad car accident, and he slid on ice, and he like slammed into a tree, and he died. And his funeral was literally the day before we started classes, which was Martin Luther King Day, and I'll never forget. And for me to go in her class and for her to say some BS like that, like, that just made me not like her from the jump. And then instead of her being like I don't take art seriously, first of all, because like that's not my major anyway, and I just had to take the classes in order to get my degree. I don't take art seriously, and art should be fun. It shouldn't be about like what you like and what you don't like. And I felt like that's how she felt. Like, she always would tell us, "Oh, well, I don't like this and I don't like that," instead of her critiquing us and telling us how it could be better. And I couldn't stand her. And one time she made a racist comment, and I just felt like she was a racist, and I didn't like her. So I just didn't like her. So as a whole, I really had teachers that I really loved. Like, I love Allegra. I love my teacher Beth, like Kate, and like those are like my main fashion teachers. I had another teacher, Lisa. She was my fashion drawing teacher. Like, I literally loved those teachers. And some of my other teachers I loved, like my English teachers. But that 2D design teacher, I couldn't stand her ass. I couldn't stand her. And I don't care if she ever see my YouTube videos. I just want her to know I didn't like her. I don't like her now, and I will never like her ass. And that's that. But anyway, as a whole, my community college experience wasn't that bad. I hated it for the most part because of the administration and how things started going with the fashion program, but I have no control over that. I'm just happy to be able to sit here and tell you guys I graduated from college, and this is just the first phase, and I'm attending another college, and I'm going to make it through that phase. And I'm excited to take you guys on this journey with me. Like, this is crazy. I can't believe I'll be living in New York City in August. Like, I talked about it so much during my lifetime that I never believed that it would come true, but it's actually coming true. And like, I'm extra excited. Like, people do not understand. Like, I've been wanting to move to New York City since I was a little girl. Like, this is crazy. Like, it's actually happened. And I feel like me going to community college actually prepared me for moving to New York City, because I'm not from one of the best places. Like, I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. Like, people die almost every day. People get shot, and like, growing up in Trenton is a humbling experience. Like, if you can make it out of Trenton, like, that is the most wonderful thing ever. Like, and I've made it out. Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm not gonna get sentimental and I'm not gonna cry for you guys, but I feel like if you can grow up and train and survive, you can grow up anywhere, you can live anywhere. And I'm just so ready for New York. Like, I feel like so many opportunities are coming for me, and like, I'm going to have the best time of my life in New York. I'm so ready. Like, oh my god, like, I cannot wait for you guys to come on this journey with me. Like, I just can't wait. So that is my community college experience in a whole. If you guys have any more questions, leave it down below. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Bye, you guys. Love you.